So obviously, I look goofy on the outside, but it was the inside stuff that was the worst. First of all, I had seizures, at least 2 a week, so I was damaging my brain on a regular basis. But the thing is, I was having those seizures because I already had brain damage, so I was reopening wounds every time I seized. Yep, whenever I had a seizure, I was damaging my damage. I haven't had a seizure in 7 years, but the doctors tell me that I am susceptible to seizure activity. Susceptible to seizure activity. Doesn't that just roll off the tongue like poetry? I also had a stutter and a lisp. Or maybe I should say I had a stutter and a lisp. You wouldn't think there is anything life-threatening about speech impediments, but let me tell you, there is nothing more dangerous than being a kid with a stutter and a lisp. A 5-year-old is cute when he lisps and stutters. Heck, most of the big-time kid actors stuttered and lisped their way to stardom. And geez, you're still fairly cute when you're stuttering and lisping 6, 7, and 8 years old, but it's all over when you turn 9 and 10. After that, your stutter and lisp turn you into a retard. And if you're 14 years old, like me, and you're still stuttering and lisping, then you become the biggest retard in the world. Everyone on the res calls me a retard about twice a day. They call me a retard when they are pantsing me, or stuffing my head in a toilet, or just smacking me upside my head. I'm not even writing this story the way I actually talk, because I'd have to fill it with stutter and lisps, and then you'd be wondering why you're reading a story written by such a retard. Do you know what happens to retards on the res? They get beat up, at least once a month. Yep, I belong to the Black Eye of the Month Club. Sure, I want to go outside. Every kid wants to go outside, but it's safer to stay at home. So I mostly hang out alone in my bedroom and read books and draw cartoons. I draw all the time. I draw cartoons of my mother and father, my sister and grandmother, my best friend, Rowdy, and everyone else on the res. I draw because words are too unpredictable. I draw because words are too limited. If you speak and write in English, or Spanish, or Chinese, or any other language, there's only a certain percentage of humans that will get your meaning. But when you draw a picture, everyone can understand it. If I draw a cartoon of a flower, then every man, woman, and child in the world can say, that's a flower. So I draw because I want to talk to the world, and I want the world to pay attention to me. I feel important with a pen in my hand. I feel like I might grow up to be somebody important. An artist, maybe a famous artist, maybe a rich artist. That's the only way I can become rich and famous. Just take a look at the world. Almost all of the rich and famous brown people are artists. They're singers and actors and writers and dancers and directors and poets. So I draw because I feel like it might be the only real chance to escape the reservation. I think the world is a series of broken dams and floods, and my cartoons are tiny little lifeboats. This week is Banned Books Week, celebrated by the American Library Association. There are constantly books that are being banned from schools and libraries because people are saying that the content in them are inappropriate or obscene and that they shouldn't be allowed in libraries. But I think that the main thing that these people who are banning them are missing is that these are important stories that need to be told. What I read from was The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie, and this book has been challenged multiple times. It was the #2 challenged book in the United States in 2012. Stories like this are extremely important to be told and taught and discussed, especially by kids who are still learning about the way this world works and how to fight things like this from happening in the world. Last year I also participated in a virtual readout when I read Slaughterhouse-Five. This year I decided to read this book because it was one of the most challenged books of 2012. Feel free to do your own virtual readout on your channel and celebrate Banned Books Week and bring about awareness of how important these books are to yourselves and to the people around you and to this culture. If you have any questions about Banned Books Week or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment down below. I will put a bunch of links down below talking about Banned Books Week, talking about the virtual readout. So yeah, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching.